following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
Monday, 11:30 Central Time here in Frisco, Texas. You're looking live at Tostitos Championship Plaza outside Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, and it is a chilly 41 degrees. It feels like 34. The high today is 53. The low tonight is 32. Fellas, I think this is going to be the last cold snap we have, in the 30s.
I heard someone say that
before it gets
I read
warm.
it on Twitter. It said Mother Nature in Texas are in a custody battle. He said they won't let me see my son. I'll be here all week.
I like that. That's funny. Yeah, that's funny.
It's like we get a little bit. I'm like, oh,
Did we really get a little bit?
We did get a little bit.
You get some 70. You got up to 70 the last few days, and then all of a sudden it was like whoosh,
Then it came back
down to
You got your hoodie on over there.
Yeah, you looking good. What's your shirt say?
Truth. Dion.
That's Dion.
Oh,
that's Dion, yeah.
How you fellas? We're minus a guy. Kurt is out somewhere,
And I'm so happy he is.
Dude, he sent us a picture.
Yes.
Beautiful. I don't know where he is, but not hills, mountains.
Mountain-esque.
So he's got to be somewhere out west or north.
You think Kirk handling things down? But I saw extended weekend.
Yeah.
Is his energy back full?
Yeah, no, that Viagra goes about that blue chew probably go from about what do they say?
Why you had to go there? Why gave you all natural, man?
The Yohimbe, what is it? It's Yohimbe.
I don't know.
He's up in those mountains, so ain't no telling what he got his hands on.
I don't know.
That rattlesnake juice up there in the mountains.
Speaking of in them mountains, all right. Have you watched 1883 yet?
No, man, but you can tell me about it because I'm gonna watch it regardless. Tell me about it, bro. I'm serious.
I don't think I liked it. I loved it, but I hate it.
Okay.
They kill everybody.
They don't play. I love it. They don't play.
You'll like it, but man, I tell you what.
See,
it made me emotional. I ain't gonna lie. I got emotional watching that.
Yellowstone. Remember how they would go back to his granddad and all of that? Bro, I'm like,
well, that's who this is. This tells you the story of how they wound up in that place.
Yeah,
and you figure it out about. I think there's 10 episodes. Episode 8.5. You're like,
wow,
that's how they wound up. And then for an episode and a half, you know what's coming, and you're just like, I don't want to watch the rest of it. Like, I'm done.
You know,
it was great, but
the only movie that I can't watch no more of.
Who?
I mean, movie. It's a movie,
what?
But it's a series. I can't watch no more John Wicks. No.
Why?
You talking about killing?
Oh, they just murdering folks?
You ever seen John?
Yeah, I seen all of them.
Ooh,
they
Lord,
good?
I can't watch no more.
Good.
I should watch them.
Yeah.
This dude made an art. He made it an artwork.
If you want action and fighting and killing, then you need to watch John Wick.
All right.
This is John Wick is a Call of Duty dream because he don't miss.
No,
and
with his hands, his feet,
guns.
his knives, he don't miss.
Yeah.
Is it what time period is it set? Like present day?
Present day.
Oh yeah.
Man, he is, and it started because somebody killed his puppy. And it ain't never ended.
It just keeps going, huh?
Just keep going on and on and on.
All right. Well, fellas, a lot of football talk has been happening in the last several days. We could start.
Not good football.
No, it looks like, man, I don't ever drink this crap. I'm drinking a sparkling seltzer water. It's got me messed up. I just started drinking it.
What's going on?
You all right?
I'm burping. I'm trying not to burp. I can't help it.
You know what? Let me say this right
What?
quick. Jesse, I'm saying this. Don't send me any more top-notch first-round pick players. So don't do that. He like, how do you like this dude? And I look, this dude working them. I'm like, okay. Can the Cowboys get? Oh, well, no, man. That's the top. That's the first team. Don't send me stuff.
I sent
that
him.
we
I sent
can't
him
get.
that big boy from Georgia.
The defensive lineman? What a freak, dude.
Yeah, he called me. He said, "Listen to me." He said, "Don't send me any more."
He called you?
Yeah,
man.
He said, "Don't send me any more stuff like that." He said, I said, Nate, we're probably not going to be able to get him. He's probably going to be going one of them early top 10 picks.
And why would you send me that?
He said, don't send me nothing else like this then.
Send me stuff that's going to happen second day.
They might move up.
Is he a wide receiver? Is he a quarterback? It ain't happening.
Defensive end.
Oh,
right.
Speaking of defensive end.
Let's talk about that. We could talk about two of the three.
Yeah.
So the words came out. You started hearing about Amari, and he may be gone towards the middle to end of last week, and they're going to let's start there, because then D-Law came out over the weekend.
Right.
This might be a totally different looking football team than what we saw.
I sat in that chair over there, and I told you guys we missed an absolute window that this football team
Are they rebuilding?
will not look the same. It will not look the same. And when those windows close, here's what you have to understand about football windows. And I know you guys understand this. When your window is open, whether that's for a 2-year, maybe 3-year period, if you don't maximize that window, in that time, you have those bottom tier teams, those middle tier teams who are working to get into their window. So when your window closes, you now go back to the back of the line. And now those middle tier teams
are above you,
are now up, and those lower tier teams are now the middle tier teams, and now you're looking up at them. And so when we watched that football season last year, we saw teams like the Chargers start to come along. We saw the Bengals come along.
Rams.
You saw the Rams came together. I mean, the Niners, and teams are only going to get better. There's going to be some shuffling that happened around the league. Believe it or not, and I know I called them all booty juice team, but the Giants, with this new coaching staff and this new front office,
they got a chance.
I'm not saying next year.
You heard it here first.
I'm not saying next year.
They got a chance.
But they're going to turn that franchise around. And the football team in Washington, the Commanders, the Commodores, whatever they want to be called.
Admirals.
The Admirals.
Easy like a Sunday morning.
They're a Kirk Cousins level quarterback away from really being in contention. They have a lot of weapons. I think that defense is going to come back and perform. But if they can find a quarterback, whether that's via trade and Russell Wilson or the kid from Houston or something like that, and they can find a decent quarterback to go in there, the Cowboys missed an opportunity this season by not capitalizing on it. And the things that we're about to talk about is going to be even more of a hindrance to the Cowboys going forward.
This is the funny thing about what's been happening.
Ain't nothing funny about this.
Yeah, it is. It's funny. It's wicked. It's weird. Whatever words you want to find for it. We talking about 21 free agents. And in them 21 free agents, ain't none of them your stud players. But you finna get rid of some stud players to sign some of these guys. You better pick the right ones, because when these stud players go to other teams and we be sitting here next year during the season saying, wow, I didn't know he could do all that. And you're going to be looking at that guy who they got rid of for these 3 other guys.
So would either one of you get rid of Amari? That's the first one.
I would try my best to work a deal with him. I would try my best to work a deal with him.
But the funny part about it is, from multiple people, and I don't have the intelligence. I went to a public high school and college. I don't have the intelligence to break all this down. But from people who I think do have the intelligence and who have said this, you don't even have to work out a deal. There are things in his contracts. The Cowboys have been notorious about this whole hitting the switch.
Right.
There are things in his contract that can give you the cap flexibility that you will need for this year to get back under the cap. The Cowboys don't want to do it. And that is the difference. It's not that he can't do it. It's built in already. They don't want to do it. And the thing that I do not like, that is becoming a bit of a trend, and maybe it's just with wide receivers and the Cowboys. When the Cowboys are ready to rid of a receiver from their roster, they start this smear campaign thing. I don't quite like that. They did it with Roy Williams. They did it with Des Bryant. and now you're starting to see it come out with Amari Cooper.
I haven't heard nothing along them lines, but I sat right here for 2 years, me and you battling back and forth because I was all Amari the first year because, he put them in the playoffs. And that's what I can't forget. When I used to be like, oh, man, I don't know about Amari, you'd be like, Nate. And then I would always go back. We traded for this guy. He put us in the playoffs, didn't he? Then we win like 7, 8 straight games when he got here.
When he got here.
And so did he put us in the playoffs?
He damn sure made this offense
and
respectable.
Now all of a sudden, we just think that he's
expendable.
Yeah. So I didn't know that something was already in place.
What's the word? What's the smear campaign?
Well, I mean, now is that he's not worth the productivity.
They don't throw it. You don't catch targets like a first.
Right. Like he's not a first round worthy. Look at his targets.
Yeah.
He doesn't play all the time. His attitude. So you start hearing all these things that are starting to come out.
That was a positive a year ago. Now they're negative. I just. And I'm saying, this is my thing is, because who talked about CeeDee Lamb more last year in training camp than when I used to call you guys?
Right.
Oh, man, But are you going to be willing? Because the other guys, I don't care, Wilson and your guy, the other. Gallup, these guys are nice, but are they elite? Okay, CD has a chance to be elite, Jesse. You can correct me. But are you going to throw the ball so he can impact everybody else like Amari did? Amari impacted the whole way you signed up and played defense. Is this kid that? And are you going to throw him the ball enough for teams to say, I gotta reset my coverage? Because if you're not, and you think Dalton Schultz is it, no, sir, he ain't it. He ain't it,
which is a whole nother conversation that we'll get to that in a minute.
Nah.
But so you the part I just don't understand. Like you're gonna if you do that, you're re-signing Gallup.
Yes. Are you hoping?
Right. Which is
which
coming
is actually a 2-year thing. Like even if he comes back in August,
he ain't gonna be completely right.
No, everyone says, yeah, I came back from the ACL. What is it, ACL? Yeah, I came back from the ACL, but guys don't come back from like the ACL or the Achilles until the year after.
Mm-hmm. They even said that about Dak's injury, right? Theismann said like, hey, it takes you 2 years to get over something.
Anytime you have so now you're signing him, but he's not going to be as productive as you need him to be this first year off the ACL injury. Mind you, he just came off another calf injury that sidelined him for 7 weeks, 8 weeks, it seemed, for half the season. So now you're about to give a new deal to a guy who had 2 injuries in one season that ended his year, who won't be right completely his first year back. Another year wasted on Dak Prescott because he won't have all these weapons. He may have a full CeeDee Lamb, but then now he'll have a 75% Michael Gallup.
And then who's your other guy? Because can you afford Cedric? If not,
that's what I'm saying.
Then it's who? Malik Turner, Noah Brown.
You getting rid of Amari? Okay, no problem.
No, that's a problem.
No, the reason
it's a problem for me.
No problem. But is your offensive coordinator going to say, "Hey, coach, CeeDee Lamb will have 150 targets"?
But here's the
thing: at the end of this season, we're going to find ways to get CeeDee. Because if you do that, then you make the. It's all about coverages. Am I wrong?
You're absolutely right.
Hitting the open guy.
But now you're getting rid of a guy who to me is an elite route runner.
Right.
To now slide in a guy who is not an elite route runner. I think CeeDee Lamb is an exceptional athlete. I think he can make a ton of plays, even though he was elite in the league in drops last year or up at the top.
And the year before.
So now when you're talking about dictating coverage, Amari was so special in what he did was because no matter what, he could run a route and get himself open. There's film of that. You watch him wide open a lot of times in games. Can CeeDee Lamb give you that same sort of – can he strike that same sort of fear in the opposing defensive coordinator's mind that when he lines up outside, because if all we're going to do is go vertical, well, we'll be easier to stop with that than we were this year.
That's what happened the last half of the year. Everything 15 yards and more. That's why Schultz had all the open space he had, and that's why he had to throw to him so many times, because our receivers are running those tight routes.
Is CD, from what you've seen, Jesse, can he be a number one guy this year?
See, this is the thing about number ones, and I'm not deflecting your question, but I think there's a little bit of depth that you have to go into the number one category. Because, yes, he can be a number one. Absolutely. Yeah, right. You can line him up out there at the X, throw the ball 150 times. Guess what? He's now your number one. Right? That's a subjective type thing. Mm-hmm. But what comes with a number one is, can you affect the opposing team's defense / can you make up for where we lack? Can you go and make a play when there's no play to be made? Like, those are all the things that come into being a number one. And I'll use, for example, Cooper Kupp. That last drive of the Super Bowl. Can you go make the plays that we need to be made at that moment, at that time, when the world knows we're coming to you? Can you make those plays on a consistent basis? That is the determining factor of, can you be a number one? Can I move you inside? Can I move you outside? Can I put you in motion? Can I throw you a short route? Can I throw you a long route? Can I throw you an intermediate route? Can you win one-on-one coverage? Can you beat double coverage? Can you route some? Like, when you talk about a number one, and then everyone else eats off of number one. So if your number one is limited in what he can do, then everybody else now is limited in what they can do, because you don't require or command that type of attention in an offense down in and down out. Mm-hmm. So can Amari Cooper be a number one? Yeah, sure. CD be a number one? Mm-hmm. Yes, sure. Of course he can.
But, and it's just simple numbers. Because if he legit, he going to have the number one corner, or he going to have the number two corner always would help. That's what Amari brought. He was going to either have the number one corner and still that number one corner going to have some help. But the number two corners, a lot of times, they get on him, and they definitely going to have some help. So when Dak come up, the reads are simple. The reads are simple, because once you figure out how they're going to bracket your boy over here, or how they're going to play your boy, with him being able to move everywhere, you got it. But how long will it take for us to know what Jesse talked about for CeeDee Lamb? Because he just ain't going to come out and in the first and second game. He may show out, but once the book is there, what can you get past the book? Once they know who you are and what you like to do, can you get past the book? Now, how long would that take? Is we going to have any of these guys? I'm not even counting Gallup. You can count him if you want. But who is the next two receivers? Who are these guys? Man, that's too many questions. Mm-hmm. That's too many questions.
There's got to be something going. Like, answer me. This is what I don't understand. Is there something going on behind the scenes that we don't know about Amari that makes them comfortable making this move? Because I just don't. In my mind, it doesn't compute. You got a guy with that much talent that you couldn't figure out how to get the ball to all season, and now all of a sudden you're ready to let him go, run him off the team. Like, to me, there's something.
Or could it be that you've committed to someone on your coaching staff so much so, when you see the lack of production from a guy that we all know, the world knows is a number one receiver and has number one ability, but is not getting the ball? Am I covering for that? Because I've committed to that. And I'm sticking with that. And we've seen his front office stick to people that they feel on the coaching staff that they want, that they like, that they want to move forward with. Be that person. And now I got to get rid of that other guy because it might make this guy look a little bit too. They're gonna start questioning the other guy. Mm-hmm. So you got to kind of sometimes it's like, never let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. But it makes no sense to say that we are committed to winning and that this team is going to be built for a championship, and guys who you don't even have to rework a deal truly, you're letting go, and you don't have an answer for it. You don't have an answer in the place of that player. When we could put on the tape and see what life was like without him.
Before he got here.
Yeah.
Remember? Before he got here?
Mrs. Hearns?
Mrs. Hearns?
Yeah.
And when you look around,
we lost a valuable fan, Miss Hearns.
When you look around,
And Mr. Smith. Lost him too.
Yeah.
when you look around the landscape of the National Football League, everybody is rolling with two dogs. Everybody's trying to find their, Jamar Chase and Adam Thielen, their T. Higgins and what's the kid? I'm sorry, Chase is in not Chase. Chase is in Cincinnati. T. Higgins and Chase.
Well, what about
Jamar
two San
Chase?
Diego guys?
Jefferson and Thielen.
Jefferson and Thielen. Or I'm trying to find Mike Williams and Keenan Allen.
Yeah.
Or I'm trying to find, guys like
Tyreek Hill and Kelsey.
And Kelsey, right? Everybody's trying to find that two-way go type thing, and we're just saying, hey,
Go.
bye. Go.
See, because they put
Just go.
But what they're saying is that our tight end can do that.
He can't. There's no way that they're realistically sitting in any office with any film in front of them and saying that our tight end, Dalton Schultz, no knock on Dalton Schultz, but if he was that much of a game changer, like,
What do y'all think before we go to break? What do y'all think the probability is? Because usually when these stories start, where there's smoke, there's fire. What do you think the probability of Amari being here when training camp starts?
All of I've read, and that's the only time I be honest with you, I don't read a lot of this off-season stuff, but every time Amari name pops up, I read it. And I'm saying to myself, you mean to tell me and now Jesse I'm like, you mean to tell me we can't work something out? Amari even said 2 years ago, I'm loving this Cowboy thing. And we can't work something out, and then you bring this like it's already built in.
What do you think? Think he's here?
I say it is a 12% chance.
12.
Oh, Jesus.
Why 12?
I don't know. Just 12 felt like the right thing.
12.
To do.
Not 10, not a nice round number.
It was like 10 or 15%.
so 12. Okay, I go with that. What you think? What do you think, Nate?
Hey, man, I'm going with Jesse, man, because everything I've been reading, I'm hoping it's a lie.
Chris, you're plugged into this kind of stuff. What do you put? What percentage you put it at?
You was at Jerry House this weekend.
No, I was not at Sherry's house this weekend. I was chasing kids around. I would say for Amari coming back,
Yeah,
I would say 19%.
19.
I see what you did there,
Chris.
I see what you did there. I see what you did
What
there.
you think, brother?
I'm gonna go 23%. I'm a little bit more optimistic than y'all are,
Man,
but
if he come back, man, it'll be a big help.
I'm more.
Let me ask you this: is Amari the guy is like, guys, I kind of like it here. I've been in Oakland / Vegas.
Right.
I've seen the other side.
No, Amari sitting back saying, "I'm still one of the best route running receivers in this league, and if they let me go, I will have a job in 5 minutes. And not only will I have a job in 5
and
minutes,
they'll know how to use me.
Not only will I have a job in 5 minutes, I get to pick
Where I go,
where I go.
the system, the quarterback,
So,
the OC.
You'd be really funny.
hey,
If he goes-
Aaron,
if
you
he
need
goes
another
to-
guy in Green Bay?
He goes to New York.
Hey,
Well, no. If he
Hey,
goes to
hey,
Buffalo, it takes Beasley's job.
hey, Rams, I know you guys are going to be down with Odell Beckham for a little while. You want to, you want
Pick up
to,
a 1 year deal here?
yeah,
yeah, but the Rams have a guy coming back too. So
But he's coming back off. I mean, he won't. Think about Robert Woods, Amari Cooper, and
Get out of here.
Cooper Kupp.
Oh,
they don't
you
need
talking about
Beckham.
some route running dude?
Hey, Kansas City. Yeah, I'll take a 1 year. I'll take a 1 year, $12 million deal, $15 million deal. Sure, absolutely.
Boy, do you think Philly would love him?
Philly.
How many times he got smoked by him?
Jeez. All right, let's take our break. When we come back,
Hurry up and take a break. Thank you, Lord.
let's talk about
Let me drink my
Now we'll
water.
lose our defensive end on the other side.
D-Law. When we come back on Hanging with the
The
Boys.
law!
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
Brace yourself for an existential question. Has your butt been having enough fun lately? Have you been treating it well? Has it been going places? If not, then it's about time you start using SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the best way to get your butt tickets to live events. Just ask the thousands of other butts who have rated it the #1 ticketing app. So what are you waiting for? Download the app now or visit SeatGeek.com to get tickets to sports, concerts, and live events and make your butt happy. SeatGeek. Get your seat in a seat.
It's game day. You know what that means. First, kebab prep. Steak, pepper, onion, steak, pepper, onion. Next, a counterclockwise lap around the room. Now the lucky grease-stained jersey goes on. And lastly, the dance. You know the one. This is a game day ritual no matter where you are. Whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com and keep the tradition alive and well. Hotels.com, proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
At AT&T, everyone, new and existing customers, get our best deals on every smartphone. Why? Because you deserve it. For turning your living room into your office and your gym. For teaching grandma how to video call. And teaching her again.
It's the button on your left, Nana. Okay, your other left.
It's not complicated. Everyone deserves something new. So AT&T is giving everyone, new and existing customers, our best deals with every unlimited plan on every smartphone, even the latest ones.
AT&T may temporarily slow data speeds if the network is busy. Restrictions and exceptions may apply.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Let me tell you about our youth camps. Registration is now open for Dallas Cowboys youth football and dance academy camps. Save $25 with early bird pricing when you register by May 9th. Camps are available at AT&T Stadium and Ford Center. At the Star in Frisco, visit DallasCowboys.com/academy to secure your spot.
You know, they should give away mini
today.
boots, like for the people who do like the cheer camps. You should get mini white boots. Not the ones you could wear, but just like mini white boots.
Like a keepsake?
Yeah.
Like a keychain?
And you don't.
You're welcome, marketing.
You don't. It's only one person that can mispronounce and mess up words. That's me. Don't you? Your burping is killing me, man.
I had to stop twice in that read, and it's only like a 20-second read.
I was like,
you saw
what?
me? I got to quit drinking that stuff. That stuff messed me up. I don't drink carbonated drinks very often. So. And you, how's that? So,
yeah. It's just
Nate is drinking a canned water. And I had never seen canned Gatorade or
Man,
canned
your hands
water.
are super big. No.
Huge.
Hold up to your camera,
Like-
Nate, so people can see this.
Is that can? What size?
That's a 12-ounce can.
You make that can look super.
Ain't no
He
12
does.
ounce.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
12 ounces.
Make it look like a pony. So I'd never seen canned water until I worked here. So apparently there's a bottled water shortage. They've had I heard from the guys that do the water in the building. They've had an order for
Talk
water
about being tapped in.
for a
You
month.
can't find out Cowboy information,
I
but you
can't.
find out the damn water supply
because
information.
there ain't been any water in the fridge for a month. So apparently they can get canned water, but they can't get
Hey man, we
bottled water.
better get rid of some of these high price players because things get bad, right?
Having to get recyclable cans instead of plastic water bottles.
Who we can get rid of next?
Speaking of, word came out over the weekend that they asked D-Law to restructure his deal and take less money, and he said, no, thank you. Will he be here?
Now, I
time
don't know
training
how
camp
that
rolls
works.
around?
Do they cut him? Or do you have enough guaranteed money that don't happen? How do they do this? I don't see. If you explain that, then I'll tell you whether he'll be here or not.
So my understanding is that every team has this post June 1
Cut.
yeah, that allows you to take that dead money and kind of string
And
it
Chris,
out.
you jump in here whenever, because I know you were at Jerry's house this weekend. He probably gave you all the deets on this.
So that allows you to take whatever dead money's left and not have to have such a huge impact on your salary cap right now, but you're able to extend it over a period of time. Am I right, Chris?
Yeah, I think you could put it over 2 years.
2 years
This year
you can,
and next.
yeah.
So you could like
Cut it in half.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get some savings, on that. So, would I love to keep Tank? Absolutely, but I love the fact that Tank on both ends of this contract has done what was right for Tank.
Yeah.
When they first started Tank's contract, and everybody was saying, "Well, we got to take care of the cap. We got to take care of the cap." Tank said, "It's not my problem. Like the cap's not my problem.
Right.
They have to figure that out. Here's what I am worth." And he stuck to that, and he got his pay. And he's played to the sack numbers aren't there, but he's played and been a leader in his locker room and done a lot of great things. And then on the back end, it's, will you take a pay cut? No, I'm not. I'm not taking a pay cut. You'll pay me what I'm worth. You'll pay me what you said you were going to pay me, or you'll have to cut me. And if that's the case, I'm still going to get whatever is left that's owed in my contract, my guaranteed money. But then, like Amari Cooper, he'll have a job in 5 minutes. And he'll probably go to a real contending, Super Bowl contending team and just add to that mix. So I don't know or quite understand the approach that the Cowboys are taking in trying to free up some cap space or the new look of what they want to do. And I know I have to be careful saying this because I know it goes directly to the Joneses when it comes to this part of the money talk. But how do you sell this to your fan base next year that we're competing for a championship? Unless you have something in your sleeve that you're going to do some major
you're doing
things,
all this to do
some major
else,
things
right?
this offseason.
The bottom line is, you're getting rid of these studs. What studs are replacing them?
Right.
That is what you have to be ready to sell, right? Am I correct? Mr. Jones is going to tell his people, okay, coach, we got to get rid of this guy. We got to get up in the coat. What are we selling to our fans? Don't think Mr. Jones ain't
The best
about
thing that I can think of is, hey, we brought back Dan Quinn, who helped turn this defense around. We'll probably draft a linebacker, and then you'll see number 11 play a little bit more defensive end snaps next year than you would linebacker snaps to combat losing a force like
Okay,
Tank.
well, what about Gregory?
I was going to say, if you lose Tank, you still got to sign Gregory because he's a free agent. He ain't going to be cheap.
You slap the franchise tag on him. You get 2 franchise tags.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, this is I'm trying to just play.
Yeah, devil's
You're trying to figure it out,
I'm
too,
trying to
huh?
figure it out too. I'm looking from a GM perspective. I'm saying, okay, how do I sell this thing? How do I make this thing work for my team? But again,
But the franchise tag is not going to help you.
No.
Right.
Because as a defensive end, I think that it was between 16 and 20
Yeah, that's
million
big money.
dollars. So if you're getting rid of a guy that's making 19 and you're about to, does that make sense?
Yeah,
Replacing Rap with another
if you
guy that's
cut
making at
him-
least 16.
Yeah, if you right now hit Tank's cap number this year is $27 million. Okay, his base is 19. If you cut him, his dead cap is 19.
Right.
So-
and then you're signing a guy that costs almost just as much. So you're
Yeah,
just
exactly.
swapping pieces.
Exactly.
Which
So
that doesn't make a lot of sense unless you
Right.
think like Tank's not been the healthiest guy on this team. Well, then you replace him with a
what
younger
you could-
guy.
What you could technically do is you sign Randy, you give him a huge money up front, you give him not that much base salary.
base salary the first 2 years.
Yeah, and then you
And then what do you do at linebacker when you move your linebacker to the other defensive end
You
spot?
draft one.
draft one. There's a couple of good ones this year.
Then what do you do at wide receiver? And what do you do when, when
it's
your
a-
tight end leaves?
Yeah, but the thing is,
You rub your head like everybody in this room is doing. Going on.
But here's the thing is like you drafted a guy in the first round to be your number one. Am I right? Didn't you? Isn't that what you do?
You talking about linebacker?
No, CD Lamb. But when you talk about,
But see,
but you understand what I'm saying?
yeah, no. I get what you're saying, 100%. But CeeDee Lamb was a gift. Like, he was a gift.
But you still drafted him in the first round.
Right, because you couldn't pass up on that ability at that particular spot. You weren't expecting for CeeDee Lamb to be at that particular point. So, yes, I get what you're saying. You drafted him at that point in time to make him your number one. But I think now that we've been to this thing, what, with CeeDee Lamb, 2 years?
Yeah.
So we're going into year 3 with
this will
CeeDee.
be year 3.
So we're going into year 3 with CeeDee Lamb. I'm finding it difficult to believe that with the people that you're bringing back on your coaching staff who couldn't get a number one guy who has superior skill set the ball, how in one offseason are you going to miraculously change and now be an offensive staff that gets a guy who now is your new number one with less superior...
supposedly to be your new number
right,
one.
with less superior skill set in the route running and the consistent catching area, the ball.
Some may say that CD was your number one this year. I mean, he had the most yards, most catches.
Because of the way they used him. I don't
I'm
think
just saying.
talent-wise he was.
So,
But I see what you're saying. Like, how are you – I see what you're saying, Jesse. It's like, how are you – because I think we all agree Amari's the better route runner. He's got the
He's
better
the better
skill set.
overall receiver.
Right. I think we all agree with that. Why are you getting rid of a guy that you know what you have, that you weren't able to utilize him like you should have for whatever reason or the other? You're getting rid of him to replace him with a guy that
you don't know what you really truly have in
Right.
him. You're still kind of in that finding out all what he can and cannot do.
that's dropped 8 passes, I think, years back to back, 8 or 10.
Right.
And then
21
and then
free
by
agents.
moving him out, you're moving who into second and third and fourth and fifth? Like,
You got to sign your rookies. You got 21 free agents. You got to figure out on defense.
I don't
you
feel
don't
good
have,
about that.
You
Like-
don't have no proven studs
To save how much money?
But a
How much-
second-year player.
And we've yet to talk about, to me, the most glaring position that needs help. The offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can bank on Tyron Smith as you want to, because we already know 2 to 3 games is coming. He won't play. He's getting a year older. That body's getting a lot more banged up. So that 2 to 3 might go to 4 to 5. Okay? You already know what your left guard and your center is going to be, or who they are, whatever it may be. Hopefully, and I hope that Lyle can return to what he was pre-hip injury. That still concerns me. When you talk about a big dude with hip injuries, that still concerns me. And we take for granted, I think at times, just the toughness of the butcher. But a year older, a lot of miles in that body.
And they don't run the ball enough to give these guys the physical mindset that they need to get through a season. When you just drop back, pass rush after pass rush after pass rush, that is a mental thing. And if we're not elite like that. We're not elite like that. We're not built like that. That's Kansas City, bro. And they quarterback still getting the ball out of his hands quick. We're not built like that. Nah, man. Disaster is coming. If they don't fix that offensive line and change the way they do things, disaster is coming.
I don't remember. It's been a while since there's been an off season where you're like, what are they going to do personnel-wise? Because you've been set personnel-wise for at least you thought you were.
In certain positions, you were
for
locked.
the last 3, 4, 5 years. Like, it's like, okay, offensive line solid. We need to work on this. Like, if you let Amari go, you let Tank go, you let Schultz go, it's like, where do you feel good? Linebacker, and then if you move him, you don't feel like – it's a lot of questions, man. A lot of questions.
And do you sign back LVE? Do you draft the linebacker?
Right.
You know, I mean, there's a – and I don't want to beat a dead horse, but – but that's what I talk about that window, man. When you
thing was huge.
When you get rookies, when you get free agents and your regular people on your roster all to click and play well in a season, like – to get Malik Hooker and Jaron Curse and guys like that to all play well, to get Micah Parsons to kind of just come out of nowhere, just be a dominant, to get 11 or 12 interceptions from Diggs and just all these things happening for you, and you don't get to an NFC Championship game or a Super Bowl, we're now faced with what do we do next? And it's not looking good for the Cowboys because you have so many unknowns heading into the offseason. Oh, and by the way, we still got all this drama around your head coach that as soon as we get back to OTAs and those mics open back up, it's going to be questions for Dan Quinn. It's going to be questions for Mike McCarthy. It's going to be questions for Kellen Moore on, Mike, why didn't you take any jobs? What was told to you by Jerry Jones? Why did you come back here? Do you feel that you have the ability to be a head coach again? Are your plans to be a head coach in Dallas something you think about?
And Lord forbid they lose 2 or 3 in a row.
You already know what it's going to be.
Woo.
You already know.
I'll tell you what, the Dallas media, they're not hard.
No,
they're not hard at all compared to other markets. They're soft when it comes to the Cowboys, but you lose 2 or 3, those questions are coming.
Then all of a sudden now you see Troy, he's on Katy Trail and he's jogging with Sean Payton. You already know that,
Oh, yeah.
Sean Payton and Troy Aikman jogging on Katy Trail, or, Sean Payton seen at a South Lake Carroll football. It's all these type of things, Sean Payton came by to watch,
As innocent as it is, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Right.
You see him out in public, he lives here. He lives here. Mm-hmm. He's been living here all the time he's been in New Orleans.
He was eating at the Star.
They saw Sean Payton down at the Star watching the Earl Spence Jr. fight. Whatever it is, it's going to be magnified 100-fold. He's at the movie theater. Why he ain't go to the movie theater in South Lake? Why is he at the movie theater in Frisco?
21 free agents. Rookies got to be signed. You got to get rid of at least 2 or 3 stud players, core players. What does this team look like, Jesse?
And will your quarterback come back? What quarterback is going to show up next year?
Great question. Tell you what, let's take our last break. Nate wants to get out of here early.
I just want rookie Dak back.
Me too. We're going to play a game when we come back.
Well, that's like we've been playing that game.
We're going to play the Cameo game when we come back.
The Hangman Tree game.
Tastes like candy.
We'll play the Cameo game when we come back for the last segment of Hanging with the Boys.
Brace yourself for an existential question. Has your butt been having enough fun lately? Have you been treating it well? Has it been going places? If not, then it's about time you start using SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the best way to get your butt tickets to live events. Just ask the thousands of other butts who have rated it the #1 ticketing app. So what are you waiting for? Download the app now or visit SeatGeek.com to get tickets to sports, concerts, and live events and make your butt happy. SeatGeek. Get your seat in a seat.
How great would it be to travel to watch the Cowboys win on another team's turf? Pretty great. But honestly, just watching the game from anywhere but your house would be fun. Even a hotel bar with some guy named Phil from St. Louis who thinks Oakland still has a team. So whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com. Proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
At AT&T, everyone, new and existing customers, get our best deals on every smartphone. Why? Because you deserve it. For turning your living room into your office and your gym. For teaching Grandma how to video call. And teaching her again.
It's the button on your left, Nana. Okay, your other left.
It's not complicated. Everyone deserves something new. So AT&T is giving everyone, new and existing customers, our best deals with every unlimited plan on every smartphone, even the latest ones.
AT&T may temporarily slow data speeds if the network is busy. Restrictions and exceptions may apply.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the show. The final segment, sponsored by the whole show, actually sponsored by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Thank you, Wingstop, for putting up with us and supporting us over the years. We need to get you back in here and do some stuff live on the air now that Nate, did you know that the training table has opened back up?
Yes. Chris Beam told me about that, man. If I'd have knew that, I'd have been down there chomping at the bit if I'd have knew that.
The training table is opened back up, and we can now have guests back in the building. So maybe we can get some of that good old Wingstop back in here.
Let's go.
Let's do it. All right. We're going to play a game. Fun little game. Me and Chris came up with this idea back at training camp and haven't had the time to do it. So, Jesse, you were on Cameo.
I am on Cameo.
Explain to Nate and the fans what Cameo is if they've never heard of it.
Cameo is just a way for fans and people alike to utilize your special services for videos and things of that nature. They pay for it. They send you what they want you to say, and birthday shout outs, get well soons, encouragements. I've had people break up with their people.
Shut up.
Yeah, through Cameo.
That's funny.
So basically, what we do on this show, just not for free.
Well, yeah, and it costs a little bit more than $10.
Okay. So that's basically what it is. It's an app where you can go on, you can search all these people. Like you could say Barack Obama, and maybe he's on it, maybe he's not, and he costs this much to do it. You send him a payment, and then he films it, sends it back to you, and then there's your video. So
Yes, sir.
Chris went and did some research on how much different people cost on Cameo.
That's correct.
So he's going to throw out a name, and I'll guess first, and then me and you will go back and forth on setting the high low.
Okay.
And then the other person and Nate guess higher or lower than what the original bid is. I
Got
guess. All right. So Chris, who's first up?
All right, so
This is how much they charge, right?
this is how much they charge on Cameo. So since we
Okay.
talked about him on this show today, let's talk about Troy Aikman.
Okay.
Okay. How much would you pay for Troy Aikman to say happy birthday?
I'm going to throw out the over-under at $400.
More.
I'm gonna go with $250.
Okay.
More.
Where are we at?
We're at $799
Whoa!
if you want Troy to say happy birthday.
Chris,
to
you keeping score? I didn't bring anything to write with. Nate's got one.
Nate's got one.
That's the only one I'm
All
gonna
right,
get
so
right.
Jesse, you set the over/under on this one.
Okay.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me. If you want me to keep score, I gotta do that too. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. How about this? Let's start a guy on the current team.
Okay.
How about that?
Yep.
How about Simi Fioco?
Oh, that's interesting.
Simi Fioco, I'm gonna set the over/under at 150.
I'm gonna go under.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over.
Over.
You guys have a lot of trust of people actually signing up. Simi, $84.
Hey, put me on the bucks.
$84 for Simi.
And let's say if you hit it right on the money, you get 3 points.
Okay, so here we go.
There you go.
All right, so the next guy, let's go Emmitt Smith, the all-time leading rusher in NFL history.
If Troy's 700, Emmett ain't gonna let Troy outdo him, so I'm gonna go 800 for Emmett.
So they have to say
It's
the
under
over,
for me.
I'm gonna
Under for me.
I'm gonna go $7.99.
You're looking on your app right now, aren't you?
No.
$7.99.
Shut up.
I swear, my app is not open.
Yeah,
It maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's the highest you can go. So,
Right.
so
Wow.
$7.99.99.
I don't know why I just said. I was thinking of the old not Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy, dollar.
I get a
thing.
point and Jesse get 2.
I get 3. I hit it right on
gets
the head.
3, yeah. All right, who's next?
All right, so let's go with a guy that used to play here, Jalen Smith. How much would Jalen be? Little motivational swipe
here's
for
the thing.
you.
You can set your own price.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
as we all know, Jalen, I think Jalen is a guy who kind of overvalues himself.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to say $500.
I'll go under.
I go under on that one.
Okay, we got 2 unders. So that's Jalen is $209.99.
209. What? 209.99?
Well, he's number 9, so I don't know why
okay.
he went
All right.
209.
All right.
209.99.
Throw us a curveball here. Give us something interesting.
Interesting. How about how about Santa Claus? Santa Claus.
How many different Santa Clauses are there?
Well, the top one on here.
I'm going to go 150.
I'm going to go under.
I'm going under.
120. I'm going to go 100 even.
Where'd you go with Nate?
Under.
Under? Just you're going to go under. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Santa Claus, $109.99.
Must be Santa Jalen.
All right.
That's funny. St. Patrick's Day is coming up. If you want a leprechaun to
just a leprechaun, generic leprechaun.
There is a leprechaun.
If you want a Shannon Gross, I'm sorry.
They do this after they finish drinking or before they start.
I was going to say I didn't realize that Mickey was on.
I should have went that.
Wow,
Mickey was on Cameo.
That's way better.
This is actually a funny one. Actually, why
leprechaun?
I put leprechaun on here.
All right.
Yes.
$75.
No.
No.
I'll go higher.
I'll go under.
It's probably $17.
It's $25.99, which is the same price if you want to get Jesse Holly.
It is. Book that Cameo.
Yeah. Okay, so how about this? I'm going to ask you guys this, okay? Mickey Spagnola is on Cameo.
Okay.
Real quick, is he higher or lower than Jesse Holly?
Jesse? Ooh. I'm going to go higher. I'm going to go higher.
I'm going to go lower.
I'm going to go no comment.
That's probably a good call. What is it?
He's higher, $45 if you want to get Mickey to say happy birthday or say go Cowboys to you.
All right. We got any other employees?
Yeah, Brad Sham. How about that? Is he
higher?
Brad's going to be $150.
That's what I was going to think.
Higher.
I'll go.
Than Jesse.
I'll go lower just to go lower, but I think it's $150, but lower.
It's $54 if you want.
I said
that's
higher
a
than
bargain.
Jesse. I said higher than Jesse.
Yeah.
That's a bargain.
He's not selling himself right.
No. All right.
How about this? Isaiah Stanback. He'll give you some lifting tips, maybe some.
Higher than
I'm gonna
Mickey.
say Zeke. No, not Zeke. Not Zeke, but Isaiah Zeke. $75.
I'll go higher because I think he's 100.
No, Isaiah like to sell, so he's going higher.
He's the same price as Jesse Holly at
$25.
Let's go. Oh, do you have Danny McRae?
Let me see. I do have
Survivor.
Now that he's been on Survivor, I guarantee you
He
that.
just got on. So let me look him up real quick. Sorry, guys.
I guarantee you that price has gone through the roof. This will be our last.
One more. Let me ask you one more. Okay, Kelvin Joseph, who's on the team. What do you think?
Boss Man Fat.
Boss Man Fat. He'll give you a rap.
I'll go.
Talk about his games.
I'll go $75.
He better be getting more than that.
I go $175.
What you think, Nate?
He better be getting more than $75.
All right, Nate's going over.
Boss Man Fat.
$159 for Boss Man
$159.
Fat.
That's about right. That's about right. That's about
I thought it was
right.
a little high. Let's see. Danny McRae.
I see what you did there. I see what you did.
Well, I don't even talk about that. So, anyways, Danny McRae.
Yes.
Danny McRae is mainstream. I'm going to say.
It doesn't even say Dallas Cowboys on here. It says
That's what I'm saying. That's
Survivor contestant season 41, Danny McRae.
Danny, when you do Survivor, Dancing with the Stars, you open yourself up to a different market.
Right.
A lot of those people who watch Survivor, Dancing with the Stars, don't even watch football.
Right, don't even.
Right.
Yeah.
They're committed to that.
You know what I'm saying?
Survivor
Like, so
stuff, yeah.
Danny has opened himself up to a new market. Buck
I
35.
got him at butt naked and afraid.
Butt naked and afraid.
135. I'm gonna go higher. I'm thinking he's closer to 150, 200. What do you think, Nate?
I don't know on this one. I just cannot call it. What is it, Chris?
$40.
Wow!
Oh, he is butt
So
naked.
there you go.
He is a 5-star on Cameo.
Go
just
get
letting
your
you
Brad
guys know.
Sham and your Danny McRae and your Jesse Holly cameos.
Yeah, please
They're
help,
all
Jess.
underpriced.
Please help,
I can't
Jess.
believe you're
Michael
not on.
Parsons on there.
Can't believe you. How much is he?
A few people call me. What big parts?
$3.99.
Woo! Big Soch. Man.
Nate, you really should.
Zeke's at $7.99.
Wow.
I thought that was a little high.
Is Dak on there?
I look, Dak is not on Cameo.
When you got $100 million, you don't really
You ain't worried about that.
You
You
don't
ain't
have to
worried
be
about that $800?
No.
I'm surprised as many side hustles as Nate's got. He's not on there.
You should do Cameo, Nate.
Oh my gosh.
I had a guy call me. But hey,
Kelly
man.
Finglass. She's
Hey,
on
man,
there.
we have 21 free agents. We have to sign the rookies.
What is Dion?
We got to get rid of.
He's not on Cameo.
We got to get rid of
How much is Kelly?
at least 3 studs.
Kelly Finglass is $2.99.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Director of the cheerleaders.
Cheerleaders director.
She got that.
What are you
CMT.
gonna do?
Yeah, $2.99.
Well, we gonna get out of here.
Cameo ain't got nothing to do with how these Cowboys gonna sign these 21 free agents.
We gonna go
they
to.
need some Cameo money.
We gonna go to the training tab.
Connor Williams, $4.99.
Jeez.
Connor
All right,
who?
fellas. Good seeing you,
You
Jess.
talking about the boxer? You talking about the fighter, right?
No,
the offensive lineman.
Offensive lineman for us.
Nate, good seeing you. Kurt, you had
All I'm saying,
fun.
we got 21 free agents.
Working on baby
we
number
gotta
6
sign the
out
rookies.
in the mountains.
We got 3 guys we got to get rid of.
Maybe we'll have some clarity next week on what's going on with all these.
Kurt, hurry
these
back
players.
so we can get your possible ideas.
We will talk to you guys next Monday on the People Show. Thank you for hanging out with us.
In the mountains,
This has been another episode
hanging out with his girl.
of Hanging with the Boys. See you next Monday.
Hanging out
Bye-bye.
with his girl.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?